Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, my name is Alsabila Fatimah with name 2003972 and my friend.
Hi everyone, my name is Rifat Keshafuddin with name 2006249 and my friends.
Hello everyone, my name is Lia Parmasari with student ID number is 2004389 and my friend.
Hi, my name is Rizky Muhammad Jidan with name 2003333.
The Jakat Management Organization or OPZs in recent years has become an organization that has experienced rapid development both in quantity, namely increasing number and variety, and in quality, namely improving institutional quality. This is because public trust in OPZ is increasingly visible, namely entrusting their Jakat funds to OPZ. To support this, the government issued regulation on Jakat management with a very high regulation position, namely Law UU number 23 of 2011 concerning Jakat management and governance regulation of the Republic of Indonesia number 14 of 2014 concerning implementation of Law number 23 of 2011 concerning Jakat management. With these two regulations, of course, OPZ must be explained and described more clearly in the context of socializing OPZ to the public. A good understanding of OPZ to the public is expected to be a medium of information about the existence of OPZ, both Basnas and LAS, which in the end will be more and more people who entrust their Jakat donation to OPZ. Number 23 of 2011, it is explained the meaning of Jakat. The Jakat is a number of assets that must be issued by a Muslim or business entity to be given to parties who are entitled to receive it in accordance with Sharia provisions. Jakat can be used as a social system managed by the government or managed by private institutions. Starting from the activities of collecting Jakat from the obligatory Jakat, so that it can be distributed to those who are entitled to receive it. Jakat, according to language or etymology, comes from the basic word Jakat, which means to grow, bless, clean, and develop. While the meaning of Jakat, according to terminology, is a certain amount of property that is required by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala to be given to people who are entitled to receive Jakat or Muzaki. Jakat Management or OPZ is an organization that manages public funds, namely Jakat funds. OPZ has an intermediary role in Jakat, namely to collect funds from the Muzaki community and distribute it and utilize it for the Mustahik community. Okay, next about the purpose of Jakat Management. The first objective of Jakat management is to increase the effectiveness and efficiency of services in Jakat management, so that later people will not tend to distribute their own Jakat funds. The second goal of Jakat management is to increase the benefits of Jakat funds to realize community welfare and reduce poverty. National Amil Jakat Agency or Basnas. The Amil Jakat Agency is a Jakat management organization formed by governments so that its position will be adjusted to be government structure. LAS is an institution that was formed by the community that has the duty to have collection, distribution, and utilization of Jakat. This LAS formed by the party private, usually initiated by society. There are four groups of LAS based on the reason and history of the establishment, namely, the first is Marx-based LAS. The second is LAS based on community organization or ORMAS. The third is community-based LAS or corporate, and the last is based on Zakat Collecting Organization or OPZ. Good Sharia governance is a process and structure used by a company or organization, taking into account how the company or organization is managed and run, to provide added value to the company or organization on an ongoing basis based on applicable regulation and norms. The term Sharia governance was introduced to the governance system of Islamic financial institution as a response to the absence of the term corporate governance or GCG in Islamic literature. Also, in fact, the concept of Sharia governance or SG have the same role and function as the Hizbah institution in the history of classical Islamic society, namely as a special institution that oversees the operation of the market in accordance with Islamic rules. An important element in Sharia governance or SG is the existence of the Sharia Supervisory Board or GPS as part of the company's organizational structure, which play an important role in the process of supervising, monitoring, auditing, and providing opinions on Sharia compliance in financial institutions or companies that offer Sharia products and services. The definition of Sharia governance according to the IFSB 2009 is a set of institutional and organizational arrangement through which Islamic financial institutions ensure that there is an effective independent oversight of Sharia compliance over the issue of relevant Sharia pronouncement, dissemination of information, and an internal Sharia compliance review. The function of GPS in different countries is different, but in general, it covers three main aspects, namely advisory, supervision, and research. Next, we will explain about internal control. Internal control is a series of activities that seek to ensure the achievement of organizational goals and objectives. Internal control is a process that influenced by the board of commissioner, management, and other business unit personnel designed to obtain reasonable assurance about the achievement of objectives in terms of A. The reliability of financial reporting, B. Compliance with applicable laws and regulations, C. Operating effectiveness and efficiency. The internal control component issued by COSO or Committee of Sponsoring Organization consists of 5 components, namely the control environment, risk assessments, control activities, information, communication, and monitoring. The Indonesian Institute of Accountants explain the components of internal controls as follows. Number 1. The control environment is the aspect that determines the nature of an organization, influencing the control consciousness of its people. Number 2. Risk assessment is the identification of the entity and the analysis of relevant risk to achievement its objective, forming a basis for determining how risk should be managed. Number 3. Control activities are policies and procedures that help ensure that management directives are carried out properly and correctly. Number 4. Information and communication is the identification, capture, and exchange of information in a form and time frame that enables people to carry out their responsibilities. Number 5. Monitoring is a process that determines the quality of internal control performed over time. Internal control, especially for zakat funds management organizations such as LAS, is a medium to bridge the interests of customer management. In the management of the company, the top management in succession delegates authority to lower management levels to ensure that what is directed by top management has actually been carried out. Management needs control to be able to provide reasonable assurance that the company's goals can be achieved. Okay, next about the purpose of internal control. One of the main objectives of internal control is to ensure compliance with policies, plans, procedures, law, and policies. The main objective of internal control is to achieve A. Reliability and integrity of information, B. Compliance with policies, plans, procedures, laws, and policies, C. Asset security, D. Economical and efficient use of research, and then the last, A. Achievement of the goals and objectives that have been set for operations and programs. Internal control are designed and influenced by OPZ management in the form of Basnas and LAS to provide reasonable assurance about the achievement of OPZ objective in the following categories. Number 1, reliability of financial reporting. Number 2, effectiveness and efficiency of its activities. And 3, compliance with applicable laws and regulations. Okay, next we will explain about the Jakat core principles. One indicator of the success of the role of Jakat for the economy is the management of Jakat, both in terms of regulations, governance, reporting and collections, distributions, and utilization program. In 2016, Bank Indonesia collaborated with the National Amil Zakat Agency or Basnas, the Islamic Research and Training Institute Islamic Development Bank, and 8 other countries, namely Pakistan, Malaysia, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Bosnia, South Africa, Sudan, and Singapore, which are members of International Working Group or IWG, have established standardized Zakat management principle called the Jakat Core Principle or GCP. The main principles of GCP are flexible, global, and are applied by taking into account the specific condition in each country, with Jakat management being either mandatory or voluntary. The aim is to encourage better management, accommodative, and relevant to regulator framework related to other subsector of Islamic finance, as well as to super connectivity with the real sector and human research development. This also applies when the implementation of GCP is carried out in Indonesia. GCP in the form of principle can be derived and adapted to the condition of Zakat management in Indonesia. The Jakat core principles are Indonesian contribution to the development of Islamic social finance and a better standard of Zakat regulation in the world. The document contains 8 principles that govern 6 main aspects of Zakat management, namely institutional law, supervision, risk management governance, intermediation function, and Sharia governance. Jakat core principle has 18 principles including Jakat core principle number 1, purpose, independence, and authority. 2 is allowed activities. Number 3, licensing criteria. Number 4, approach to Zakat supervisor. Number 5, technique and tools for Zakat supervisor. Number 6, reporting on Zakat supervisor. Number 7, authority of Zakat supervisor to make correction and impose sanction. Number 8, good governance for Amil. Number 9, collection management. Number 10, payment management. Number 11, country and transfer risk. Number 12, risk of reputation and risk of loss muzaki. Number 13, payment risk. Number 14, operational risk. Number 15, internal audit and Sharia control. Number 16, financial reporting and external audit. Number 17, disclosure and transparency. Number 18, misuse of Zakat services. The purpose of Jakat core principle is to increase and realize a healthy and effective Zakat management system for the benefit of the people. Management of Zakat is expected not to only depend on the personal condition of Amil or political support, but is the result of systematic work system, which is planned to be systematically monitored. Second, Zakat management is expected to provide maximum utility for the community, both muzaki, mustahik, and general public. In its development, it is necessary to formulate the GCP Implementation Index indicator through focus group discussion or FGD with various elements of regulator, expert, and Zakat practitioners. The dimension of the 18 principles in the GCP are grouped into 2 parts. namely the macro dimension and the micro dimensions. The macro dimension relates to principles that are external in nature, and most of which cannot be directly controlled by the OPZ or are exogenous. This dimension consists of three parts, namely the legal basis, zakat supervisions, and zakat governance. Only ZCP number 8 is endogenous, which means the principle of good corporate governance can be controlled directly by OPZ. The micro-dimension relates to participles that are internal in nature, and most of them can be directly controlled by OPZs or are endogenous. The micro-dimension consists of three parts, namely the intermediation functions, risk management, and then governance. Only GCP number 11 is country risk and transfer, which is external and endogenous. Of the 18 principles of the GCP, not all principles can apply to the OPZ, especially those that are exogenous, because these principles are beyond the control of the OPZ. Only 10 GCP principles can be derived into the GCP Implementation Index. The GCP Index is a measuring tool used a minimum standard that must be applied by zakat manager and evaluation of zakat management. The 10 principles are zakat principle number 8, amil governance, number 9, management of zakat funds collections, zakat core principle number 10, management of the distribution of zakat funds, number 12, reputational risk and loss of muzaki, number 13, risk of distribution of zakat funds. Number 14, operating risk. Number 15, internal audit and control according to Sharia principle. Number 16, financial report and audits. Number 17, disclosure and transparencies. Number 18, misuse of zakat services. Case study. The Emil Zakat Institute Bina Ummah Mandiri Ngawi Regency Implementation and Open Management System, in which income, management, and distribution can be known by the general public through quarterly magazines. So that by using the system, people believe and know clearly when the zakat they spend is going. In the context of celebrity poverty, the Ngawi Regency Emil Zakat Institute has made various efforts such as distributing scholarship, duat kafalah, wakaf Al-Quran and Iqra, assistant for TPA and TKIT educations, assistant for the renovation of mosques or prayer room, regional assistant, disaster, the cycle of community development. The zakat in the Emil Zakat Institution Bina Ummah Mandiri Ngawi Regency, judging for the results, it has not achieved 100% of the target for alleviating poverty, but from the beginning of the year of its establishment, it has improved better. If at first, the Emil Zakat Institute was only active during the month of Ramadan, now every month there is acceptance for the Sedordering community. If at first, the Emil Zakat Institutional was only active during the month of Ramadan, now every month there is acceptance from the surrounding community, namely through collaborations with the Harum Foundations of Ngawi Regency and regular monthly donor from other agencies such as educational institutions located in Ngawi Regency and its surrounding. That's all we can explain. Sorry if there are mistakes. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.